I smashed his face with a chessboard, but I missed. When? In my courtyard, a few days after the court beating. I was still quite immobilized then. Did he try to take advantage of your misfortune? He deserved it. I vomited in the forests behind the palace as well. I've never seen such a despicable, thick-skinned person. I'm aware of that. This was his fault. He's guilty. I will order him to send you gifts and give you an apology. You may decide how much compensation he'll pay, but don't let him off easy. I have also harshly reprimanded him and told him to stay away from you in the future. Do get up and have a seat. I have something to ask you. I only have 2 questions. First, right before Yi Donglu fell, who was missing at the willow shooting arena? Not to hide from you, Your Majesty, but I wasn't present. So I am a suspect as well. There were many people in the arena, and they came and went. It is difficult to confirm who was missing at that time. The court painter. Yes. For this willow shooting event, the imperial court painters accompanied Your Majesty. And before Yi Donglu fell, the crown prince was acing his shot. Such an important moment is bound to be captured in a painting. Even if the court painters did not manage to capture the whole scene, it is nevertheless a breakthrough. What about the other question of yours? Secondly, where is the murder weapon? I feel that after the murderer stabbed Officer Yi, it would be unlikely for him to remain upstairs because he would have to escape the crime scene in 15 minutes or so. That period of time wasn't enough for him to escape far, so he could have been carrying his blood-soiled clothes and the murder weapon. He continued to blend in with the crowd, so the murder weapon or evidence was probably hidden somewhere nearby. As long as we set the auxiliary building as the focus and search within its radius, we will probably find the murder weapon. If the murderer stabbed Yi Donglu and immediately fled the scene, how did he set the timing up so that Yi Donglu would fall half an hour later? Maybe Yi Donglu was heavily wounded at the edge of the fence. In his semi-conscious state, his limbs twitched and he fell to his death, accidentally alerting the imperial consort? Your Majesty. Good news, good news. Imperial consort Wei gave birth to a prince. Both of them are safe and sound. He has a look of joy on his face, but it seems almost aloof compared to those new dads I used to see outside the hospital delivery room who would often bang into the wall in surprise. Could he be frigid? I'll visit Imperial consort Wei. You can take your leave. Announce my edict to continue blocking off the crime scene and order the embroidered uniform guards to search around the radius of the auxiliary building for the murder weapon. My dad didn't trouble you, did he? The Emperor is kind and generous. Your Highness, be careful with your words. Imperial consort Wei has given birth to a boy. You know about it, don't you? What's up? I'm aware of that. Your Highness, are you feeling uneasy? That's not it. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to pretend anymore. Indeed, I feel quite uneasy. Too bad I'm not familiar with the Ming Dynasty's history. I only remember that Helen became the emperor in the end. It seems we can only stay in the present for now. Come. The Wei family is domineering, and the rights officer constantly corners me. Whether in public or in private, I won't stand by and let the Crown Prince get into such trouble. Don't worry. Regardless of seniority or lineage, Your Highness still has an upper hand. The Emperor favors you, and his love for you has never dissipated. Your position in the Eastern Palace is still intact. I understand that. I'm not worried about what's going to happen now. I'm worried about the future. My mother died early, and Imperial Consort Wei is accompanying my dad every night. Then, Your Highness, do you know what to be afraid of as the Crown Prince? Being stupid and incompetent? Wild and disorderly? Panicking and treating everyone as the enemy. Your Highness, you should be confident. Only then will your position in the Eastern Palace be strongly intact. If you feel uneasy every time the Emperor chastises you, you will panic and treat everyone as your enemy. You might then try to preempt every attack. If you have any brains, you will know that's suicide.